All right, let's talk about something that I know can be a major headache in Power BI. You hit a wall. You just can't build the visual you need with the standard tools. Well, today, we're going to show you how to smash through that wall by bringing the power of Python right into your reports. Let's get into it. You know the feeling, right? You're deep into building a dashboard. You have this perfect story you want to tell with your data, but you're stuck. The one chart, the one visual that would make everything click for your stakeholders, it just isn't there in the standard toolkit. It's so frustrating.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to fix. Because there's a superpower hiding in plain sight, right inside Power BI, just waiting to be unlocked. And that superpower is Python.
Okay, so first things first, why should you even bother bringing another language into the mix? I mean, Power BI is already pretty powerful on its own, right? What does Python actually give us that we don't already have? The thing is, this is about so much more than just making prettier charts. The real advantage here is Python's massive analytical power. We're talking about running complex statistical models, doing super advanced data cleaning that Power Query just can't handle, and even integrating machine learning models to make predictions. All of it visualized right inside your report. It's a total game changer. So you're sold on the why. Now for the how. How exactly does Python plug into the Power BI ecosystem? Well, there are actually 3 different ways it can connect, each one serving a totally different purpose.
You can use a Python script as a data source itself to pull in and transform data before it even hits Power BI. You can also run a script inside Power Query for some really heavy-duty data cleansing. But, and this is where we're going to focus today, you can use Python to create completely custom visuals. This one gets you the biggest wow factor, for sure. Now, before we get to the really fun stuff, just a quick heads up on the one-time setup. It's super simple. You just need Python installed on your computer along with a couple of essential libraries, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn are the big ones. After that, you just hop into the Power BI options and tell it where to find Python. That's it. You're ready to roll. All right, now for the main event. Building those incredible custom visuals. This is where you really get to break free from the standard bar and line charts and start telling completely new stories with your data. And you're going to love how easy it is to get started. It really just boils down to these 3 simple steps. You click the little Python icon in your visualizations pane, drag over the data you want to use, and then you just start writing your Python code right in the editor that pops up. Power BI handles all the background work for you. Now, this is the single most important concept to get your head around. The dataset object. It's brilliant. When you drag your data fields over, Power BI automatically bundles them up into a Pandas data frame, which is the gold standard for data in Python. And it calls this data frame dataset. It's like Power BI puts exactly the data you need into a neat little box and just hands it to your script. No file loading, no connections, it's just there. Let's make this real. Say you want to see the relationship between your product sales and the profit you make. A table of numbers might not show you much, but with just a couple of lines of Python code using Matplotlib, bam, you've got a scatter plot that instantly shows you how they're correlated. You can see the pattern in seconds. Or what if you're looking at revenue by region? An average is nice, but it hides the whole story, right? With a Python visual using the Seaborn library, you can create a box plot. This one visual tells you the median, the entire range of your revenue, and, this is key, it points out any of those critical outliers. You get a way richer picture of what's really going on. But, and this is a big but, with great power comes, well, a few rules. To really use this skill effectively, you absolutely have to understand the trade-offs you're making and a few best practices. Okay, this slide right here is the most important thing to understand. This is the core trade-off. A Python visual is basically a static image. You give up all that awesome interactivity you love in Power BI, like clicking on a bar to filter everything else, but in exchange, you get nearly infinite customization and the power of advanced analytics. So let's be crystal clear about what you're losing. With a Python visual, there's no drill down, no tooltips when you hover, and no cross-filtering. Think of it as a high-resolution, data-driven picture that you insert into your report for deep analysis. And keep in mind, there's data size limit, so this is best for data that's already been summarized a bit. So how do you use this superpower wisely? Here are the pro tips. First, if a standard Power BI visual can do the job, use it. It'll always be faster and more interactive. Save Python for those truly complex visuals that give you insights you can't get any other way.
Keep your scripts clean and efficient. And please, always add clear titles and labels, since you won't have tooltips to help your users out.
And that really brings us to the final strategic question I want to leave you with. Now that you know the deal, you have to ask yourself, when is the deep, unique insight from a perfectly crafted statistical chart worth more than the interactivity of a standard one? Answering that question is the key to knowing when to unleash this incredible new power in your reports.